What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? Hello. What up? How's everybody doing today? Today's a great day. Today's a great day. Let me tell y'all, it's been an adventure today. I done like, there's people that are mad. Some of us are very happy. We're very, very happy that, so if you haven't heard yet, Hankinson, the gentleman that we were the cop, the dirty, dirty cop that we's going to court for, he was found guilty on what he did to Breonna Taylor. So he is out on bail because he's been out on bail this whole time. And so his sentencing day is March 12th. 5-year anniversary of what they did to Breonna is March 13th. March 12th, the day before her 5-year anniversary, he will be locked up and sentenced to prison. Because of what he did to her. They said we couldn't do it. They smeared this woman's name like no tomorrow. They made up lies. And it was his own people that came in and testified against him is the reason why he's in jail. And his actions, obviously. So, motherfucker, that's what he gets. So let me tell you about today, and then we'll get in a little bit of kind of some people have some questions. I've had a lot of people on Facebook have questions on how, the appeal and is he going to be out? And, well, actually, yeah. So let me tell you what happened today. So today I got up. My son's like, you know what, Ma, you've been through a lot this week. Like, you fought hard for this battle. You guys didn't give up. You guys did what you needed to do. He treated me to go get my nails done. You saw me on news? I look like a hot mess. So he says, Mom, go get your nails done. So I went and got my nails and my feet done. Self-care, right? It was nice. As I'm out and about, I'm looking for newspapers, right? Because I want to get the newspaper. Who wouldn't want to get the newspaper, right? So that's when I realized that some people are very upset about what happened. They are very upset. Very upset to the point where I had 3 different people try to act like they was going to get in my face. Then they figured out, yeah, you probably shouldn't even try that. And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, hey, Rennie, what happened while we were out today?
Like, these people got mad?
And got mad and was like cussing at me, and the one girl acted like she was going to come to the truck and try to fight me, and yeah, it was...
I was not going to come to the truck.
She was not. I told her, I said, come on, baby, come to my truck if you want to, bitch. She stopped real quick and started going backwards, flailing in the parking lot. I mean, it's been an insane day. And like I said, my daughter was with me. We went out self-care. I was like, I even asked her, I was like, did I do something? She said, no, Mom, you didn't do anything wrong. You have the right. Like, we've been through a lot. You know what I mean? We lived there when this happened. We seen what they've done in the process to get her, justice, the smear campaigns, all the crazy shit. But yeah. So, but do you think that's going to shut me up? No. I laughed at the motherfuckers' faces. I said, well, you mad at me, but maybe you should be mad at his cops that testified against him that helped also put him in prison. So I'm just saying. That shit was funny, y'all. It was, listen. I said, this bitch. And then some dude, he was like, you need to go back to the projects. I said, no, motherfucker, I own property right here. I ain't going any fucking where. He said, oh, well, I said, man, y'all's racism is showing. Shit's crazy, dude. Y'all have no idea the type of state we live in. It was wild. Then this bride, look, she goes, I'm sitting that the clerk, she was asking me some questions because she was like, dude, I thought all these different things. They said this, they said that. And so I was kind of like, first of all, I told her the first thing. One thing the 1A community, and I know as well as an activist, but the 1A community always says education, right? So I told her, I said, you do realize that you can FOIA request the whole trial. I said, now you might want to give it a couple weeks because it literally, like, it just happened last night. I said, but you can FOIA request. Now that there's been a verdict, you can FOIA request and you can see what was said. So what I don't do is I don't argue with people anymore on the rumors that they decide to stand on a hill and die on and what's actual facts. Well, baby, my daughter, listen, she knows that not everybody likes what I do. Everybody doesn't like when you stand up against corruption. This is what we do. So, she was just like, I can't believe these people are acting this way. This is disgusting. Yeah. So anyway, sorry about last night, you guys. As some of you all were on the ride with me, I was very emotional last night. The live is still up, but it is in my members only. So if you want to see the raw emotions of last night, please do. But you got to be a member. But I want to say thank you everybody that drove home with me. I was gonna do a panel. We were gonna do some shots. We were gonna celebrate. But honestly, like once I got home, the emotions of everything, it just, I don't know, it just got a lot. And I sat on my bed. I took a shower. And well, I took a shower, then I sat on my bed and I crashed out. So, which was probably needed because I slept till 1 o'clock today. So, yay. What's up, Fernando? What's up, white boy? So, the reason, okay, that now these are the questions. And so, if you guys have questions, please ask them. You know what I mean? Because again, we all know in this community, we can FOIA request anything anywhere in the whole world. So I'm going to do my best to try to tell you guys and answer questions if I can. Now, Ozzy said, did they remand him into custody until sentencing, or is he still on bail pending sentencing? He is still on bail pending sentencing because the whole 4.5 years, he showed up to every court date. He's, da 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 da. So we did ask him to be the state, or not the state, because the state didn't do shit. The state told us no. The feds asked for him to be, arrested last night. But anybody knows about court systems. If you're out on bail, and as long as you have, done everything you were supposed to, sometimes they won't arrest you again until sentencing. So, so it's not like it's completely abnormal. It would have been nice, but I ain't gonna lie. So sentencing is March 12th of 2025. Do you know how significant that is? Breonna was killed March 13th, 2020, around 12, 1 o'clock, somewhere around in, early. They was getting suited and booted on March 12th to drive into our neighborhood and murder a woman. So, in honesty, I don't know, dude. I think it's kind of dope that he's getting them bracelets on him on March 12th. Again, I would have, it would have been great to see it happen last night for sure, but I'm not going to get caught up and get aggravated and get pissed off at shit that's out of my control. And what was he found guilty on? So he was found guilty on her violating her civil rights. So, and you guys can help me out with this because I forgot to look it up because I was trying to go do some self-care. But it's the one to where, police can't oh, fuck, shit. Hold on 1 second. Let me look it up. That way I can tell you guys. Because honestly, my brain is messed up. But it was a civil rights, thing. I would have had all this prepared, but like I said, when I I went out to go do some self-care and then discombobulated a little bit because I'm sitting here looking for newspapers and like, yay, Hankinson's going to jail, and I literally had 3 rednecks try to fight me. So 2 men and a woman. I think it's the one where, like, if they stop your movement because, okay, he shot and where he shot at was over. And so when they're, hold on, I'm going to be able to tell you the right thing. I wish one of my mods were here that could go look up the charge for me and go get it. Yeah, but he was convicted on a civil rights charge. Where's Tommy? Tommy's amazing. Tommy, are you around? Tommy could help me. Barbara, thank you for becoming a member, babe. As soon as my phone gets a little bit of juice, give me a second, y'all. Again, my brain's just what I know, and I guess the reason I'm so about it is because they kept arguing, was she still alive? Because if she was dead, then her civil rights ended. And what people don't understand is from the first bullet that was fired, and she was still alive, so that means her civil rights were violated. And it's something about to do like like when they force you and you can't leave type shit in your own home. Because he shot blindly. He's the one that shot blindly through the balcony window and the bedroom window, and the bullets went into the. I'm waiting on my phone to charge. Because the bullets went into the neighbor's apartment, which a lot of people also didn't know that. My anxiety's still up. These fucking assholes, dude. They're fucking idiots. Can't believe somebody. You can get mad and you. First of all, these ain't even cops in your fucking county, and second of all, like, that fucking affects you, idiot. All right, I'm thinking my phone's got some juice. By excessive force. I think it's something like that. I'm going to tell y'all exactly. Just give me a second. My brain is still discombobulated. I'm not even going to lie to anybody. I'm doing a lot better, though. I got some sleep. I can't control my ADHD. Look, yes, I do that a lot. That's why I just sat down on my bed before I seen your comment. But hey, you know what? People that are subscribed to me know that, like, look, I got a lot of, and when you're going through shit like this, well, all those are just going to flare up. I was a hot mess last night. I don't even know how I made it home. I was fucking crying. I woke up this morning. My face was so swollen. But crying happy tears. Come on, fucker. Actually, I'm going to play the video. And it'll tell you too. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. But anyway, so what I was saying was one of the neighbors, she also, her and her family were in this as well. Like her husband, her son, and she was pregnant at the time. Bullets went through Breonna's wall. Hankinson's bullets went through Breonna's wall and went into their apartment. And actually, I mean, a millisecond over a difference, and they would have been shot. So, yesterday they kept coming. They were asking questions. The first question they asked was, just you know, does it matter if she's alive or dead about like, her rights? I got a lot of baggage. You're right. But honestly, a lot of my baggage is because I help other people. Well, and the shit I've been through. And I wouldn't trade those baggages for anything. But yeah, like so they came back and asked that, and obviously it does matter because of a person. Unfortunately, as crazy as the question was, like I could not believe they were asking that question. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? But I guess technically, legally, it does matter. And I haven't talked to you in a while. Glad to see you. You're doing okay and still smiling. Breonna got justice, baby. Hey, it's been a long motherfucking battle, baby. But like I said, she deserved it. And a lot of people knew that. A lot of people knew that there was a smear campaign going on. No, I'm not driving. My other phone's cutting on. It's been a journey. And I'm just so happy for her mom. Like, you know what I mean? It was, I don't know, dude. It was almost unbelievable. Because when we got called down the first time, they said that not guilty. And I'm going to tell you something. I wrote it on my community page. I put some stuff on my community page last night. But he did this. So he was sitting there and I was watching his face. I was watching his face. And they said not guilty. And he looked over at his family and he winked. He went just like I said. Of course, we left out, because it was time for everybody to leave out and go back to our spots because they had that one, but they were still talking about the other verdict. They were still trying to decide on the other verdict, which was Breonna's verdict. And so when we left, we went back to our room, and of course, I'm saying, like, we had emotions, dude. I'll keep it on me. I was frustrated. I was upset. I was mad because I was just like, this is gonna happen again. Like, this doesn't make sense because some of you all will for your request this court. I know you all will, and you should. You fucking should. And when you sit there and you see the shit that they're saying and just how obvious it is, it was just like, they're gonna do this again. You know what I mean? But then we came back and there was nobody on his side. His whole side was packed. He sent everybody home because he truly felt, at least allegedly, this is what I feel he felt, from his body language and just the actions that they took. They sent everybody home after the first verdict. There was still another verdict. Why would you send people home? You know what I mean? Like, if it was me, if I'm literally facing life in prison, I don't want none of my family going nowhere until it's all done. But he's a manipulator, control, narcissistic person. And he truly thought he had that shit in the bag. And we came back down, wasn't nobody there, and he was just sitting there with his little cocky ass again. You know what I mean? But when that judge came back and said guilty, ooh, honey. Yay, Kim! Thank you so much, beautiful. I love you, Kim. Welcome to being a member of the Hot Mess crew. It was priceless when he was asked for a comment and refused. Yeah, I mean, well, I figured he wasn't going to say anything. And so a lot of people are like, well, especially on my Facebook. So if any of my Facebook peeps is over here, something that I can only explain it the best way that I can. Don't hold me to the fire if I get something a little wrong. But he will be sentenced March 12th at 10 a.m. federally because this was a federal hearing. So he will be going to federal prison. Obviously, he can appeal, but he's getting sentenced in March, which isn't that far away. He will be appealing from prison. And one thing, I will say that I think that they really tried, and I think something most would say that federal courts do a really good job on trying not to get appeals passed. So, oh, it's just something they've been doing. I'm not really for sure what it is, to be honest with you, but it's still up there. Hankinson always been horrible. Wait back in a minute, baby. Hankinson has always been horrible. Even before he was detective, he was harming the community 100%. And that's what I wrote in my post last. Where is my shit? Why is it just all the wrong phone? Can one of my mods go to my community page and go through that? Never mind, I'll do it. But yeah, he's been terrorizing the community for a long time. He's a dirty, dirty cop. All my phones are fucking dead. Hold on one second. All right, this phone's charging. I'd like somebody to. I mean, it would help me if one of the mods went and looked up his charges and put them in here. But I guess I'll do it because I've been asking for it for a little bit and nobody's done it. So thanks, guys. All right, this one's charging. I'll be able to look it up. I don't make it a habit, but come on, Fernando, give me a little slack. I've been kind of busy this week, fucker. Usually they're not. All my phones are usually charged because I may have to use them at any point in time, but I've been a little busy. They were all dead the night we played games too. It's like, fuck. But that night I was at a concert. Yeah, I use an excessive force, which violates her civil rights, but I'm trying to think which civil right it was, or whatever it's called. Because I know it's one. Thank you, Katrina. 3 counts of felony warrant endangerment and the botched raid that left Breonna Taylor dead. I feel like there's going to be more to that. Thank you so much, Katrina. I'm like struggling over here. I should have known she was working on it. I know. Oh, maybe, just maybe we can get Katrina to come on and come show her latex later. She's doing are you working tonight or are you just playing? It might be the wrong one. I know, I'm still looking it up. I'm gonna wait until because I'm gonna play the video which that they talk about it. I'm not really exactly all the way prepared. My bad, y'all. I'm still all I know is he's guilty and I know when he's getting fucking sentenced. That I do know. Okay, here we go. I think this one's signed into everything. I've got like a billion phones. Some phones are signed in on certain shit. Some phones are for reasons not signed in on certain shit. Callie, did you hear what I was saying earlier? What is the? I keep saying it's number 4. I feel like that's what it is in my head too. I remember. Oh, you guys are still doing haunted houses? Come on. Fuck. I'm gonna make some shrimp here in a little bit. I was like, I think and I am gonna do a shot. I'm gonna open up the pan on a little bit. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling. Callie, so today I went out. I got my nails and stuff done. Me and Rennie went and got our nails done. My son was like, "Here, y'all go treat yourself." I was like, "Oh, how sweet." Anyway, so we went and had like a little mom girl day. Well, we stopped at the gas station because I wanted to get a newspaper, right? Because obviously, I have every news article that came out with anything big, right, involving this. So I'm looking and I noticed that the newspapers aren't till Friday, and I was like, oh shit. And so I started talking to the chick behind the counter, and me and her were talking. Like, I'm buying stuff, I'm a customer, we're sitting there talking, and she's asking me questions about the case, and I'm talking about how, like, Hankinson's got found guilty, and yada yada yada. And for the first one, he was like, I wasn't even talking to him. He was like, that's all right, he's gonna fucking appeal. He'll never spend a day in prison. He's getting sentenced March 12th. He's going to appeal from court. 3 counts of wanton endangerment. Okay. All right. And so that's what violates her civil rights then, right? Yeah. My bad, y'all. I know this shit, but it's been a long 2 weeks. That's all I can say. Do you believe he will do time or the judge will give him probation? No, he will be doing time. I believe he will be doing time because he's being sentenced March 12th. And I don't think it will be probation. I don't think that's even an option. He's going to be appealing this from prison. This particular case holds life, or this particular charge holds life in prison. I mean, fuck yeah, life in prison. I don't think he'll get life. I think from just what we've heard and talked, he's going to do 15, 17 years, which with what bedtime is and all that kind of shit. Um, you know, but I think he's going to be doing. No, I know he's going to be doing time. He's not getting probation. Mm-mm. I don't see that happening. Okay, I'm going to play the thing. I'm pretty sure. Bro, my favorite is people who aren't from Louisville. Well, people are trying to find out right now, April, so it's okay. We have to educate them because it's not their fault that they don't understand, because you have to understand how bad a smear campaign went out on Breonna Taylor. So, yeah, I mean, But and these people actually, the ones that had started shit with me, they're actually from our area, babe. they're they're from our area. They don't give a fuck. They're bootlickers. And even them, to be honest with you, I mean, I laughed at them. I thought the shit was funny, and it just shows me how bad that the smear campaign was. You know what I mean? Because there's people that really believe this shit. What they don't understand is they're mad at Breonna or they're mad at whatever, but it's their own officers that came and testified against them. So when they realize that and they request the FOIA reports, because trust me, they will. Yes, 100% chaos. He doesn't have the death sentence, but he definitely is facing life in prison. So he will not be getting any probation time. This violation and this particular charge, it carries prison time, not probation. I don't even see Glock's comments. Who's Glock? Oh, there we are. How far are you from? A little bit. I mean, kind of. Not too far. I've spoken Meade County before. Don't ask me where right now because my brain's not working. But all right, let me see. Anybody, by the way, anybody follows me, you guys know between my TBI, trauma brain, all that, my shit's stacked right now. So just work with me, guys. Be patient, please. I finally got it working. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right over here. I'm gonna play a video for you guys. Because I think it'll be able to yeah, public safety. I know public safety. 100%. They actually, and shout out to public safety, they actually went, and so Cosgrove got hired down in Carroll County. We went down and protested a lot down in Carroll County for a couple weekends. It was about a month and a half, 2 months. We went down there and protested pretty consistently. Had a couple marches down there. And how I even came across public safety is because he down there and in Jefferson County did some, did what he does with paperwork and shit like that. Pulled some shit, and I just really thought it was amazing. And then him and his wife actually came to Louisville and supported some of our protesters, and is helping getting some of our protester stories out because, like D, he was beat up really bad by the police while he was he was in handcuffs. What he did was stand on the street corner, literally on the corner with a cross, a huge cross, and they didn't like that. So they came and beat him up. So yeah. There we go. The indictment developed. Thank you, Blake. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So there you go. That's what it is. And I'm going to play this video that was played this morning. And again, y'all, my apologies, but anybody that's followed me knows me long enough. I got my brain's fucking shot right now. Blake, that motherfucker's going to jail. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that last night and everyone corrected me. That motherfucker's going to prison. Oh, I wish people could have seen inside of that courtroom last night. How cocky and just all that he thinks he is. Not so much now. He's a piece of shit.
And right now tonight, he's guilty.
Okay, hold on. So this is a little video, a local, that was done locally, and it might be able to help explain some things better than I can right now, because again, my brain is, there is a lot of stuff. They're trying to screw him over. Nope, Glock. And I'll answer your questions or anything you may think of why they're trying to screw him over. If you're talking about Hankinson, anyway. And I can tell you why they're not. Yeah, I thought it was the fourth. Like, that's what stuck in my brain. It's like the fourth one. But again, my brain's not all the way there right now, you guys. It's been a fucking journey. Y'all just don't even know the half of it. I can promise you that. All right.
And will be heading to prison. The verdict from a federal jury coming at 9:30 tonight. Hello, everybody. It is continuing breaking news coverage from WHAS 11. I'm Doug Prophet. And moments ago, this was the scene outside the federal courthouse. In the past hour, supporters of Breonna Taylor chanting and celebrating in the streets outside the federal courthouse at 6th and Broadway.
Yes, they are trying to fuck him over. That I agree with you 100%. Public safety, because like Eli or any of these other auditors, Ozzy, any of these guys that stand up against the grain, they're definitely trying to stop them. So they stop telling the truth and educating people. All right, now I'm going to do this.
He becomes the first Metro police officer involved in the Breonna Taylor raid 4 years ago to be held accountable by a jury, and now prison time. The guilty verdict a shock to many, since this jury had become deadlocked, twice telling the judge they were having trouble. Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are live right now. They covered every day of this 3-week trial. And Isaiah, Breonna Taylor's mother speaking less than an hour ago. And the way this day played out, this verdict is a true surprise.
Doug, I think you could argue for everybody who was in that courtroom on both sides. You have Tamika Palmer, Breonna Taylor's mother, who let out a very audible gasp in that courtroom when the verdict was read, the words guilty, specifically of violating her daughter's civil rights, back when Brett Hankinson in 2020 fired 10 shots into the side of Breonna Taylor's apartment. Of course, Brett Hankinson, like Doug mentioned, is facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. I did catch up with him and his attorney moments after that conviction.
This is beautiful, you guys. Watch this.
Here's some of that video.
Oh, what the hell? Hold on. Sorry. That was my kids when they were little. All right, here we go.
So do you have any comment to this? Don't have any comment. Are you surprised by the verdict? Did it surprise you at all? You hear Jack Bird, Brett Hankinson's lead attorney there saying no.
So many
Now,
said they
again,
this would never happen. That's what they said.
Breonna Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, along with other family, stood on the steps of the federal court building and spoke to reporters. Of course, I spoke with her moments into that, asking her how she felt about all this. Here were some of her answers to us tonight.
Grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God. It took a lot of patience. It took a lot of time. 1,694 days.
That's right.
94 took. It was long. It was hard. It was. I don't even know if I got some words, but thank God. Thank God that He covered 12 jurors who chose to do the right thing, who took their time. Thank you, God, to understand what was really going on and that Breonna deserved justice. So I'm grateful to everybody involved. We here. I was worried. People lose focus and people get, we move on so quickly from everything. So I think we all had that worry at some point or another. Yeah. I said it to you the other morning, like I just chose to give it to God. I was carrying it all and I was getting weaker by the moment, but I had to figure out another way. I had to do something different.
Tamika Palmer there reacting, answering my question when I asked if she was worried how it's been so long. It's been over 4 years. I do want to mention, though, again, Brett Hankinson found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights the night of that March 2020 raid, but he also, Doug, was found not guilty for the second charge in all this, and that was for violating the civil rights of the 3 neighbors in that adjacent apartment to Breonna Taylor's. His bullets went through Taylor's sliding glass door and into their apartment. He was found not guilty for that. So this is a split verdict, Doug. So it is very much, like you said, a stunning result in many ways. You could argue, of course, Brett Hankinson's family and friends. This will be something that I'm getting texts already. They're actually coming to terms with this right now. I do want to mention that, again, he faces a maximum sentence of life in prison, but that is at the judge's discretion. The sentencing date, that is March 12th of next year at 10 a.m.
Let's pick up on that sentencing real quick. Of course, obviously, as we saw in that exclusive video, Brett Hankinson is at least a free man tonight, leaving the courthouse until his sentencing, as you said, in March, Isaiah. We want to make it clear that the judge has the full sentencing power in this. Many legal experts I've talked to tonight said they are doubtful that he would get life in prison because he doesn't have a prior criminal record on this one count. So talk about that sentencing and what we could expect from in March.
So you're right. It's truly at the judge's discretion. We've never seen something quite like this here in Louisville, Kentucky. I can tell you he is out on bond like he's been throughout this entire case. The judge mentioned the fact that he has showed up to every single court date. There hasn't been any issues. So whether that good behavior as a criminal defendant weighs into her decision, that could be something that we'll have to look into, Doug.
So we talked about why this is such a shock. Let's go through the timeline right now, Isaiah, because it was a roller coaster, and we've put it on the screen for you to go through the exact timing of how this day played out.
Yeah, Doug, it was just before 1 p.m., 1 this afternoon, that the judge got a note from the jury saying essentially, we cannot come to a verdict. I think the exact words, I actually have it up here. The jury essentially saying they're deadlocked. They can't come to a unanimous agreement, a unanimous decision. Then, fast forward about 6 hours, the jury then says they disagree on one count. So what does that mean? Then they continue to deliberate. An hour later, the jury returns that partial verdict, initially finding Brett Hankinson not guilty of the charge involving the neighbors. And then a couple hours later, that shocking moment, the judge reading the verdict, guilty, convicted on the charge directly relating to Breonna Taylor, Doug.
All right. So some people have asked, are you all worried because, you know, they went back and they were still trying to deliberate on one of them, right? We're not worried about it because they asked them if they wanted to stay. They didn't have to stay. They wanted to continue to work on it. They didn't have to. They were informed that they could call it a mistrial. They decided not to. They decided not to come back on Monday. They decided to try to work a little bit. And all these questions was asked to them, right? Which makes it fair because, you know what I mean? You appeal shit that is done against you and different things like that. So I'm not really worried about the appeal process. Now, I do understand, like even school said, hold on, let me turn my camera around so I can turn my thing back on. I think I did. Did I? Okay. Now, I am with you. I believe that they should. I would have loved to seen him arrested last night. There's a lot of elements. I mean, there's just, and so all we can do is hope that he shows up on March 13th. I know that he's on probation now, like as far as, or not probation, but he's on some kind of like, you know, they keep track of him and all that kind of shit. Because he's, you know, never been convicted. Notice I said convicted on anything else, then I guess they're looking at that way. He probably won't, and we've already kind of had, you know, we'll see what happens, but I don't think he's going to get life in prison. I don't. So I think that 10, 20 years, somewhere between there. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. You have to understand how hard this was even to, I mean, like some of you do understand, but if you really like lived here and you really understood how crooked these motherfuckers are, I don't know. So we're just taking this. I think everybody that lives in our community and fights against police brutality should take this as a win. And I think that him being sentenced on March 12th, which is the day before her 5-year anniversary of what they came and did to her, is just wow. So, and we're not done yet. We still have officers that a guy named Joshua James and Cal, whatever the fuck his name is, um, and actually a couple more officers, but they've already kind of flipped and they're going to be testifying against these other 2 officers. And what they lied about is they lied about the warrant and they lied about the affidavit or whatever they call it. And the other one knew that it was like not the truth and he still went along with it. So they're also facing life in prison for the same thing, for violating her civil rights. So, and then there was a chick named Kelly that was with all this little bunch of cops. All these officers are involved in covering it up, like doing smear campaigns, lying to get the warrants, all this other stuff. And I think most of the people that live there, and obviously, I've heard Breonna's family say this as well. Like, dude, them lying, like if they've never done what they did, none of them would have been there. None of them would have been there. Like, all of this happened because people lied to get warrants, and because a judge didn't take the time to actually look, and she just choop, 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 signed all these fucking warrants. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah. Yeah, you have to take, I mean, this is a huge one. And yeah, is it going to be a battle? Do we expect him to appeal it? 100%. 100% we expect him to appeal it. You know what I mean? But again, I know that some people that are listening to me right now will be for your requesting this trial. I know that without a doubt in my mind, because it's who we are, right? Like, we want to look at shit. And this particular case, it's just been insane since the time it happened. So there will be a lot of people, and what you're going to see is you're going to see a chief come in there and testify what he did is not what they should be doing. Now, LMPD altogether sucks. I just want to. That's my opinion. It's my personal opinion. Um, and I have reasons why I feel that way. I think a lot of the people that feel that way in our community, they also have reasons, whether it was them or other people around them. But yeah, man, like, you gotta celebrate. You gotta celebrate, dude. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, when I walked in that courtroom, and I think everybody that was there was, and that, you know, I didn't think we was gonna get that verdict. I didn't. I wanted it. I did it all day. Like, there was times all day long that I was like, for sure, this is just, you know what I mean? The questions they were asking was good, and it just, whatever. But I don't know, man. But it don't matter what I was feeling, because we got a fucking guilty verdict, baby. So fuck my feelings, because they don't matter. Ah. So, all right. Well, I guess I will open the panel up. If people want to talk about stuff that is particular, either about this case or about police brutality, period, I'm cool with that. I want to try to keep it on that. So this is going to be a topic conversation. So, like, yeah, we can check in with each other. Hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. But I would like us to this be kind of the conversation that we have, instead of going down find out places. So if anybody wants to join me, I'm going to drop the link. And I want people to talk too. I don't want people just to sit on panel. I want us to have a conversation if you're going to come up. Oh, you sent some pictures? Okay, I got to put them up. I seen her earlier and she had like latex on her face, so I thought that was funny. I am going to be cooking shrimp. Do you know Phil Ramos? I don't know. Who is that? Well, yeah, because there's a lot of people that, and to what Sissy said, there's a lot of people that things happen. Things happen because of this officer, Hankinson. Or prisoner Hankinson. I can't wait till I say that. I can't say that until he's actually in jail or in prison. But then I will do that. And actually, he's not an officer anymore. Piece of shit. Is that appropriate? Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things that have happened because of this person, and there's going to be a lot of people that I probably, he's from LMPD, probably. I mean, I don't like hang out with any of them, so, but if I seen a picture of them, I'm not good with names. So if you tell me something, yeah. Is he let's see, let me think. Is he Let's see, there's a black dude that has spoken up. There's a couple white dudes and a Hispanic dude that are ex-officers that have spoken up. Again, I'm not good with names, so if like you kind of there are some guys that have spoken up though. Vice has done some news reports. They've been on the different podcasts and spoke up about the shit. Yeah, LMPD is no joke, dude. It's crazy. He's the Hispanic. Okay, yeah, I've probably heard him, and I've we've probably been at some of the same events and shit. But again, this is so much. I don't remember a whole lot all the time, and especially right now, my shit's fucked. Oh. All right, we're gonna thaw out some shrimp. Is that what she was asking me? Where are they at? Do we have a big bowl or something? I'm gonna put them in a pot. Will you wash that for me though? Because I'm gonna need that skillet. We're gonna treat ourselves and make some. But yeah, make sure. People are crazy today. My daughter was like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?" I'm like, "Did I do something?" She's like, "No." It's just like you're not doing anything. Ooh, that was almost on my toes. Thank you for sweeping. Huh? That hot water. And use the scrubby thing. That garlic butter is gonna be good on them. Oh yeah, well, I mean, and what was great about this, and this is why I talk about local community stuff, right? Because people power, right? All of us everybody that voted, even the people that we don't know that voted, there were people that voted that bitch out because of what she did. You know what I mean? And that's something, we get so caught up in fucking, Trump, Biden, Harris, Clinton, Obama, whatever, right? Like DC shit. And don't get me wrong, this shit's important. I get that. I'm not acting like I don't understand that, yes, they make some very vital decisions. But it all starts in your community because most of them are from our community. They can't even be in the positions they're in unless we vote them in there most of the time. So, and that's one thing that I seen in, we Daniel Cameron was trying to be the governor of our state after he told our city that, like, no, there's no reason for any of these officers to even be charged. Fuck going to trial and shit. He was like, nah, they good. So, yeah, we voted his ass out too. He was the AG. So the judge and him both, we sent them packet. Because of people power. It wasn't summer power. Listen, I'm a very fucking I'm just a silly ass fucking girl that thinks she can talk her shit sometimes. But other than that, I'm really nobody. Like, this is a multitude of fucking thousands and hundreds of people that have helped do these things. You know what I mean? Like, I just unfortunately fucking happened to be there that night. But even outside of that, like, all of the shit that we all do, like, it's not one person. It's people. It's we, the people. Even these little fuckers that yelled at me today because they're not happy because for whatever fucking reason they think that he should be walking, even though he even admitted he was wrong. That was the thing, you guys. Also, when you get this transcript, you will see that he admitted to everything. He admitted to everything. Dude, I have fall allergies for anybody that's wondering. I'm not sick. Summer, I'm gonna do a live in the ghetto by the beach down later. Oh, okay. I want to do that. I'm gonna see. Yes, I'm not gonna be long for a long time. I just wanted to come on because last night I was very emotional, and like I said, you want to see the live reaction of last night? It's in my members only. But I thought I'd be up. What's up, Brace?
What's that?
Come on for a few minutes and say hey. What's up, Brace? How you doing, babe?
Good, you?
Tired, but I'm good.
You you've got good sleep?
Yeah, I slept till like, thank you. I slept till like 1,
That's
so I got some
good.
good sleep,
Yeah.
and
What
I'm not going to be live long today. I just wanted to jump up and,
what federal prison
you know,
is he going to get sent to?
baby, we don't know that, Bryce. You should know that. He has to be sentenced first. He's out on jail, so I have no clue what what prison he's going to yet. But, I'm sure I hope he goes and has to go hang out with Diddy. Maybe they'll be boyfriends.
Yeah.
I'm being petty right now. I get it. But it's okay.
Could be those federal prisons are deadly down there, those big federal.
I think it's bad for any cop to have to go to fucking jail if you really want to be honest.
Yeah, the people
But he
go
deserves it. He did
stabbing
it to
each
fucking
other
self, so
there.
I should. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh well, then don't be stupid
Oh
and
well, if you get
do shit that'll get
stabbed,
you
oh
good there.
well,
Like
right?
he admitted. He admitted to what he. Well, no, I don't. And please let's not talk about that on my live. Thank you, because we ain't doing that. We're not promoting that. So don't don't do that on my live, please. And I know you're not promoting, but see what happened.
I'm
These
not. I'm
bootlickers,
just.
they take that shit and run. I know, but what'll happen is these bootlickers will take that shit and run with it. So just do me a favor and save me some stress, and don't do that. But
Okay.
it is what it is. He's good. He did this. He made these choices. He admitted to it. And when people FOIA request the shit and see that, then I mean, I don't know. So these are his. He is going to where he is going by the decisions of his emotional self. So I don't feel one bit sorry for him at all. I am happy. I am celebrating.
I'm not. I'm not saying anything about it, but about that one part I said.
Yeah, I know. Why are we what are you doing? Then why aren't we just moving on? You have to understand, I'm very close to the case, so if you get up here and you say some silly shit like that, you know what I mean? It could I'm not just somebody that and there's a lot of bootlickers, dude, so that we'll just move on. I know you're not saying it anymore. I know you won't mean anything by it, but I just want to say people turn shit around, trust me
I
on
know.
that.
I'm just saying it could happen.
Okay, why are we Bryce? Can we move on?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna probably end the live here in just a little bit. So yeah, we definitely need to move on because, like,
I'm
what are you doing?
sorry.
I just asked you, and you keep continue to decide to repeat it. Don't do that.
Sorry, someone.
So anyway, how was your day?
Good, you?
Great,
Sorry, someone.
fantastic.
Said.
It's okay. It's all right. And like I said, it's you're not doing anything wrong, but there's certain things that I do have to be a little cautious because there are people that are very upset that he is found guilty, and they don't like anybody that has stood up, protested, talked about it. They don't like that shit, and they will take something that is so innocently said and run with that shit. And I just ain't got time for all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when people come up, and that's the only thing I ask is do be mindful about that. It's cricket ass cops we talking about, baby.
Yeah, I like the good cops, not the bad cops.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've said it numerous times, and people think because I'm very loud about, taking down bad cops or, holding them accountable, however you want to see it.
Yeah.
Um, they think I'm, anti-cop, and I'm really not, actually. I think if there are officers they start out and they really do want to make a difference, and unfortunately, even those officers can get led wrong because there's always going to be good and bad in everything we do. It doesn't matter if it's a church environment,
Yeah.
everything. There's going to be good people that do things, and then there's going to be bad people. You can't.
No.
Nobody gets. The bad people ain't thinking about jail or any of that when it's going on. So then, when it happens to them, because they do so much chaos, and then finally one day, that same sword you was swinging, well, you just might fucking lay on that bitch. So, you know, um, every dog has its day. I mean, I got all kinds of little fun one-liners we can say.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's important for us to stand up to things that we see not right. And, there's always going to be a whole lot of jibber jabber, and some of the jibber jabber might be true, some of it may not be true, but like, you just really have to stand and see for yourself. But I don't think anybody should just look away, because I think that's the problem. And that's why we've gotten in all of the problems we're in now, is because people, it doesn't affect me, so I don't give a fuck about it, type of mentality. That's how most people live. And that's not right. Just because it's not affecting you, if it's affecting other people around you, you don't speak up and say something. That's weird. To me, anyway. I guess I got a loud ass, reckless ass mouth, but it's okay. I don't care. Beneficial sometimes. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about him appealing. He can appeal. He has that right. It's his right to do that. He will be doing that from prison. And have fun with that.
Yeah.
And he did this to himself, dude. If you guys get the FOIA reports, and this is what I was waiting on, because what I didn't want to happen is, I didn't want it to be mistrial, and because you can do it 3 times, but we weren't going to. Mistrial, and then nobody could really get the transcripts, right? Because it's a mistrial, so it doesn't matter. So whether it's guilty or it's not guilty, either way, and at this point, I mean, I'll be honest, I was very hopeful, but towards the end, it was getting frustrated again. It just kept feeling like it did with State, or the first time. So I didn't know if it was going to end how it was going to end, but I wanted it to end and have a conclusion, because without a conclusion, you can't request anything. I want motherfuckers to request this shit. Like, this is the day I've been fucking waiting for. I want people to request this shit. Because as much time as they've spent listening and believing the bullshit ass campaign that was out there, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Read the shit that got a motherfucker convicted. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a loud, reckless mouth, for sure.
I got a question.
Go for it.
When the other 2 cops going to go to court?
So, sometime next year, that's all we know.
Next year?
Yeah, they just refiled, because they tried to dismiss one of the charges, and then they found. So sometimes what happens in indictments and stuff like that, right? Like, people will say things, and there's always a way that, if a good defense lawyer can be like, oh, okay, well, I can kind of give you a valid reason why, and then especially if you got somebody that, I don't know, you know what I mean, like, knows loopholes and shit, or word salad. So they did that, and they took it to the judge, and it was reasonable enough for the judge to be like, all right, well, we're going to get rid of that charge. Now, that didn't take them out of the game of still being held accountable for some shit. But then what the feds did was just reword it, I guess, and make it to where it was actually the way it was supposed to be, and the judge actually accepted it. So, yeah, they didn't get out of shit. And that's the thing. Like, when you're fighting shit like this, there's a lot of petty, stupid shit that it causes a lot of fucking confusion. And that's what they want. They want people to be confused, because then they'll start believing what they think is the most relative thing. And then that's how everybody argues. Because, well, unless you were there or you're one of the people involved, everything's really a fucking opinion. You know what I mean? Like, and people take sides off of what they believe in, and usually it's by what ideology they believe in. So if you're more to back police, you're going to automatically go without question what the police are putting out. But if you're someone like a lot of us, we don't just question everything the police put out, because by our own experiences or people around us, we know everything ain't black and white when it comes to them. And I mean, like, that in a legal way, not really necessary in a race way. I feel like, unfortunately, I have to explain that right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but all I know is I think it's a beautiful thing. And so I am celebrating by making some shrimp, baby. Mm-mm. When's the sentencing? So listen to this, right? March 13th, I'm sorry, March 12th at 10 a.m. in the federal courthouse is where he will be sentenced at. March 13th, 2025 will be 5 years that LMPD came to our neighborhood and murdered her. Think about that.
Right. Yeah, I have to think of it.
Well, what I mean by that is that's pretty crazy because, like I
Yeah.
said, almost 5 years to the date, God, I believe, or some people say karma or whatever they want to say, delivered, literally, they did it. Not when they did it, but to the 5 years to the date. Because technically, if you think about it, like they were loading up and getting ready and suited up and all that on the 12th. The actions of the firing and all that shit happened. Yeah, it was technically the 13th, but it's crazy, man. I mean, it's what's even crazier is like I still have a lot of I don't know, I still have a lot of anxiety, but it's not. See, the thing is when you have like serious dysfunctions, it could be good or bad, and you can still have, because it's a lot. It's a lot to process. I still ain't processed it all. Her mother, man, is just her mom's amazing. Real shit. And I'm just so happy for her. Bow chicka bow wow. All right, you guys. Well, I think I am gonna jump off. Like I said, I didn't want to really jump on too long. I'm trying to do self care. I might see you guys. I don't know if the People's Podcast is gonna go live. I think Eli premiered a video. Um, but if they do, maybe I'll see you guys over there. But I think I'm gonna jump off. Bryce, thank you for coming up, babe.
Yep. Sorry again.
No, like I said, you didn't. It wasn't nothing you did. It's just I'm just trying to be a little cautious on some things. You know what I mean? Because I just don't
Yeah.
want. I don't want stupid people to take it and run with it. And
I
it's not
know.
you. It's
Yeah.
really not. I'm just being a little protective.
Yeah. I know.
So I love you. I will see you
Yep.
soon. All right, babe. And to everybody, thanks for stopping by. I will talk to y'all later. I don't know. I'll see you guys either on TVP or who knows if I get bored later. So talk to y'all later. Holler. Justice. It's a beautiful day.